Oh boy. Is it the same quest marker? Yeah, it is. Okay. Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Basilar? I understand the two of you had been acquainted since the days of the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Eorzeans. But he's still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though it seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former master than allow harm to come to them. Yet try as I might, I can't make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us to believe? Or is he merely biding his time for the reveal of his true colors? Whatever the answer may be, in the end, he'll always be a Garland, and though there might be honorable men and women among them, I have suffered much more as a result of their conquest. Barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Basilar played no small part. My first encounter with the Garland was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued to march into lands they had long been home to us, Dust Whites. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magic tech, and even our most powerful magic did little to slow their advance. I fought on the front lines, but was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was all alone. The rest of my units slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months, and it seemed they had disappeared without a trace. I finally learned from two Imperials held at the bitter mill that the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for poison gas that would later be known as the Black Rose. They were never seen again. For 20 long years, I roamed aimlessly with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the Order of the 12 Ender, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was only the thing I had left, so, without a moment's hesitation, I accepted. Were it not for the war with the Guardians, I would have not been loath to work alongside the city-dweller Gardenians, who for long had treated my kind as outcasts. But none of that mattered anymore. It all culminated with the Operation Acorn, as you led the charge in the Praetorium. We were right behind you, and when the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Basilar, on the verge of death. Gods had delivered me, the man who conquered and robbed me of everything. I was poised ready to extract my revenge, and then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy. I will ask that you stay your hand a while longer. I cannot die until I rid the world of the Eorzean menace. For a millennium mankind has danced in their tomb, but no more. Then once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down there, and then had not sensed the truth in his words. So, I decided to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time, I keep a close eye on Gaius, though he is ever on the watch for pursuers. He has granted me an ample opportunity to slay him, if so I choose. And I still might. If he shows even the slightest sign of betrayal in our agreement, But for now, the Ancients are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated. Every last one. Though, I could not save my kin. There are those who may yet been spared the horrors of war. Man. Unfortunately, dealing with the Ancients, we will have to wait until we have wrought the end of the Werlyt weapon project. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever Werlyt will throw at us next. Perhaps Savera can tell us whenever the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note. Alright. Again, this place is so beautiful looking. Kinda reminds me of one of those cities in 15. Granted, I never played 15. I wonder how it looks like during the daytime, or like sunsets. Ooh. The Ironworks engineers are still working to dismantle the Sapphire Weapon, and investigating the Definic magic facility. Though they have yet to make their report. They may have some news to share at the juncture. Please, wait here a moment. Okay. We have yet finished our investigation, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they attempted to destroy everything they couldn't take with them, including many of the research material. Luckily, some information relating to the Sapphire Weapon combat data was intact, which they didn't think necessary to bring with them, I guess. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extracted from the Reglia van Hadjus, correct? It also appears that the Sapphire Weapon was actually in an incomplete state, and therefore unable to form at full capacity. So imagine it was in full capacity. I wonder how the fight would have been. Even so, it was immensely powerful. Had they given the chance to finish it before we arrive, who knows how it would and how it ended. Indeed, we may not be so fortunate next time, so we must prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire Weapon and look into possible countermeasures. The echoes afforded you a glimpse into the conversation between Ricon and Rex prior to the weapon's deployment. Do you remember any other details? Well, there was them telling to move all the weapons to a certain location. Improvements were made to the synthetic auracite system to prevent malfunctions. Then it was never their intent to create a manifestation of Nalvandarius. But there is one thing that was intended. Oversoul. Its activation results in the pilots being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Rex and Ricon were fully aware of this, were they not? Yes, they were. Then the deaths of the pilot was by design all along. Alphonse, how could you? Sacrificing your siblings to fuel these accursed war machines. Surely there is no cause worth paying such a price. Aye, that is more precious than family. This nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex has fled with the remaining weapons. We can assume that Alphonse has every intention of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversoul can be activated. I have seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. Then there is no time to waste. Let us be about it, Gaius. Severa, you're in charge here. Keep Seed and his team safe while we carry out the investigation. Understood. Please see that no harm comes to Gaius. Well, you can't really say that right now because he's at any given moment he'll kill him if there's something he does that is untrustworthy. While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the resistant troops. Your first-hand account should prove useful. If there's any developments, we will be sure to contact you. Okay guys, take care. Okay, so we need to head back to here. Okay. Man, this place is very gorgeous looking. I'll come back here to take pictures though. Da 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 dum bum 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 bum. Alright. Oh, something got sold, at least. Welcome back! It sounds like you've been quiet on the journey. All the way to Tennycliff. And judging by the fact that you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan. Well, yeah, everything went according to plan, but Gaius lost another of his stepchildren, so it's like, What an astonishing account! I wouldn't mind putting that G-word through the paces myself. Certainly a lot more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I imagine. Anyway, as before, I complete the information into the report and leave it over there for your pursual. Should you feel so inclined, if you hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Oh, what's this? Sapphire Weapon burst? Oh, it's a tabletop. Okay. I was really thinking like an outfit or something with tabletop. Okay, sure. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion Werlyt headquarters. Oh, that guy. I remember that suit army we saw before, so I'm guessing this is the person we're taking a glimpse on. I've come to deliver my report, Lord Valens. Very sweaty indeed. Good God, this guy. Ah! So you've returned, young Alfred. Or was it Alwick? Not that it really matters, of course. I hear that you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the Sapphire Weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Don't tell me, is it so? I'm afraid that is the case, Lord Valens. Oh, come on! No need to be so sullen. As they say, to err is human, to forgive, divine. And you know how forgiving I can be when it suits me. So tell me, whatever your name is, who wasn't able to best the Sapphire Weapon? Of course, our researchers state that one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Sid Garland and Gaius van Baslar, my lord. Gaius. Yes, it seems he's been quite a troublemaker of late, defecting from Garland, assassinating the Emperor. Whatever next? Oh well, there's no use crying over spilled milk. Speaking of which, I've been quite a connoisseur since arriving in this Werlyt. This particular variety comes from a rare breed of cow. You know, only 100 of them in existence and pampered every day of their lives. Yes, they're quite valuable, until their milk dries up, that is. When it does, they're sent to the slaughterhouse, like all the rest. For that is their lot in life. To be discarded once they have served their purpose. Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapon so that you could deliver them gift-wrapped to the enemy? I can see now Sid Nan Garland rubbing his hands with glee at all the technology marvel we have bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius von Basler, all people to gather better of you. How do you think this reflect upon me? This lectress of the 7th Legion humiliated by that traitor. Humiliated, I say. There is one way to deal with worthless provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You'll be taught a lesson in obedience. Yes, my lord. Man. Forgive me for my intrusion, Lord Valence, but it's time for your meeting with the head of the Magitech development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping useless soldier into shape. Yes, I'll be along once I made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I let my standards slip now, can I? Oh, this guy has some anger issues for sure. Hopefully we can save her of all people. What are you doing here? You wish to see me, Lord Valence? Did I now? Ah, that's right. So you're Alice, yes? And you joined the military on your own free will along with your fellow orphans? Such devotion, what an inspiration you are. You see, it is my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, to overcome any obstacles. Together, we should discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child. I will show you the way. I don't like where this is going. Ugh, stranger danger indeed. Oh boy. Oof. Hopefully we can save her before she merges with the core of another weapon. And there we have it. The next one is Blood of the Emerald, which will unlock the Emerald weapon. Sweet. Alright, I know this has been late, but I finally got this recording done on that small instance where you use a Gundam of all things considered. And I'm going to be doing maybe another recording later with Lush so we can do the Emerald fight. But, well, not sure. We'll see if it pushes through tonight. But regardless, I like this, and I can't wait to continue the storyline for the weapons that were, well, the ultimate weapons from Final Fantasy VII. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this long recording session, and if you have any comments, put them down below the video as well. And if you like this video, click the like button. It's very much appreciated. And if you are curious on what I upload, give my channel a look. And if you're interested in whatever is being uploaded there, well, I'm not saying to subscribe, but if you want to, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload things to YouTube, since there's no more email notification for uploads now for YouTube. So you just need to make sure you click the bell icon so you can actually get notified whenever I post things on my channel. And second off, stay tuned for Final Fantasy 14 videos, raids, trial, MSQ, roadcast, dropkick, minions, mounts, and all the fun stuff for 14 and Freight Grand Order as well. This has been Ravensleep45. Keep gaming, everyone, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy 14 day.